So now we are going to plot both the indicators, that is Chandelier exit and ZLSMA on the charts, and what changes need to be made on the settings. Let us see that. So for that we are going to our charts, we are going to our indicator section, and let us type Chandelier, Chandelier, Chandelier EXIT. Chandelier exit is our indicator, and very first indicator by ever get. Okay, very first indicator by ever get is our indicator. So let us select this indicator, that is Chandelier exit. Now this indicator has been plotted in our charts. What we are going to do, we are going to change the setting, which is very important. Okay, so let us change, first of all, in input section, let us change the ATR period from 22 to 1. We will keep the ATR period from 22 to 1, and ATR multiplier we are going to change from 3 to 2. Okay, we will change ATR multiplier from 3 to 2, and ATR period will be 1. Now let us go to the style section, and here we are going to uncheck everything except buy label and sell label. Okay, we are going to uncheck everything except buy and sell label. Okay, now in buy label we are going to change from absolute to below bar, and same way in sell label we are going to change from absolute to above bar. So whenever we are going to wait for buy signal, we will get a buy signal below bar, and for sell signal we are going to get above bar. Okay, so these are the settings. What we have changed in inputs, we have changed ATR period to 1 and ATR multiplier to 2. In style we have unchecked everything except this buy label and sell label. Okay, and we have changed this the option from absolute to below bar for buy label, and same way for sell label we have changed to above bar. So this is the setting which we are going to keep for this particular indicator, that is Chandelier exit. Okay, so we'll give OK. So as I told you, Chandelier exit is the indicator which is going to give our buy and sell signal, and we need to patiently wait for that, right? So what we are going to do now, after plotting this particular indicator, we are going to plot our next indicator, that is ZLSMA. So we will type ZLSMA, and the very first one by very field. This very first indicator we are going to use this indicator, right? That is ZLSMA by very field. So let us select this indicator. So this SMA line has been plotted on the chart. We are going to change the setting of this particular indicator also. Go to the setting section. First of all, let us go to the input section. The length is going to be from 32 to 50. Okay, we will change the length from 32 to 50. In style, I would keep the color of this particular moving average as white color, and I will change the thickness into the second line. Okay, I don't like my moving average line to be very thick, so that's why I have kept it a little bit thin. So this is the only setting which we are going to change. What setting we have changed? We have went to the input section. We have changed the length into 50, and in style we have changed the color and its thickness. So this is how we are going to plot our both the indicators, and as I have told you, we have to patiently wait for the buy and sell signal. So consider this example right now. Okay, consider this example over here. We have got a sell signal first. Okay, wait for the signal which is being given by Chandelier exit. We have got a sell signal, and we are going to enter only when the candle is below this moving average, that is ZLSMA. Here we can see that the candle has closed here. Okay, the candle has closed here. This particular candle, or this red candle, would have been our entry candle. This red candle would have been our entry candle. Okay, so according to our condition, what we have to do, we have to patiently wait for sell or buy signal which is generated by this Chandelier exit indicator, and once we get a signal, we have to see whether the candle is closing above or below this moving average. Okay, and then according to that we will take our trade. So I hope you understood how we are going to plot our both the indicators and what changes has to be made in the settings. Now we are going to backtest this particular strategy on the charts. Okay. So let us consider an example of index market, that is Nifty 50 index, and see the chart on 2nd of August. This is a classic example where we have got different buy and sell signal, but let us see whether our condition has been fulfilled or not. Okay, so let us consider the example on 2nd of August. Here we can see very clearly that first we got a buy signal from our indicator. Now according to our criteria, I hope you remembered our criteria. According to our criteria, once we get a buy signal, the candle should close above this ZL SMA line. Am I right? And we can see here that this green candle, this small green candle, was able to do so. Now, according to our condition, when we are going to take our position, we are going to take our buying position once the high of this green candle is broken. Once the high of this green candle is broken, then and only then we are going to take our buying position. And here we can see none of the candle was able to do so. So in spite of us getting a buy signal, we were not able to enter. Why? Because our criteria was not fulfilled. We were supposed to enter once the high of this green candle was broken, but here we can see that none of the candle was able to do so. So we will not enter over here. Now we can see that we got a sell signal from our indicator, that is chandelier exit. According to our condition, once we get a sell signal, the candle should close below this ZL SMA line. Am I right? And here also we can see that in spite of us getting a sell signal, none of the candle was able to do so. None of the candle gave a closing below this ZL SMA line. So we are not able to enter over here also. Why? Because our condition was not fulfilled here. We can see here that our indicator was able to give a buy signal over here. And once we get a buy signal, we can see very clearly that prices are trading above this ZL SMA line only. Right? Prices are trading above this ZL SMA line only. So we got a buying signal over this green candle. We are going to enter only when the high of this green candle is broken and the candle should be very much close to this moving average. The candle should be very much close to this ZL SMA. Okay. Here we can see that this green candle was able to do so, and it is very much close to this ZL SMA line also. Okay. So our condition was fulfilled. We could have entered over here. Now where will be our stop loss? Our stop loss will be the low of this candle. Our stop loss is going to be the low of this candle. Why? Because we got our buying signal here only, right? We got our buying signal here only, and the price was trading above this line at that particular time. So the low of this candle is going to be our stop loss, right? So we can see that after we entered over here, this particular trade didn't went into our favor and our stop loss was hit. This red candle was able to hit our stop loss, right? So this particular trade didn't went into our favor. Now we can see here that we got a sell signal again here in this red candle, above this red candle, and the candle has closed below this ZL SMA line. So both the condition has been fulfilled. We got the sell signal and the candle has closed below this ZL SMA line. So both the condition has been fulfilled. Where we are going to enter? We are going to enter on the candle which will break the low of this candle. The very next candle was able to do so, right? This red candle was able to do so. So this would have been our entry candle. This would have been our entry candle. Where will be our stop loss? Our stop loss will be the high of this candle. This will be our stop loss. Now I'm going to teach you when to exit our position. We are going to exit our position once the candle close above this ZL SMA line. So this candle was able to do so. This candle closed above this ZL SMA line. So somewhere around this candle, we would have exited our position with a profit. With a profit, we would have exited our position. Am I right? So I hope you remembered my strategy number 12. The concept is very much similar to that only. There also we were taking our exit position in the similar manner like this strategy. Am I right? So if you have understood my strategy number 12, this strategy is going to be very much super simple for you. So this is how we are going to take our, this is how we are going to exit our position. If you are taking a selling position, we will exit once the candle has closed above this ZL SMA line. Okay. So we can see here in this particular candle, we would have exited our position. Same way here again, we got a buy signal from this, from our indicator, that is chandelier exit. We are going to enter only when the high of this candle is broken. This green candle was able to do so. This would have been our entry candle. This would have been our entry candle. Where to keep the stop loss? Can you tell me where to keep the stop loss? We will keep the stop loss over this candle. This green candle's low will be the stop loss. Why? Because once we got our buy signal, this candle was able to close above this ZL SMA line. So its low, this candle's low is going to be our stop loss. Am I right? And here also we can see that this particular trade has went into our favor. This particular trade has went into our favor. This was probably the end of the day. So we were not able to wait for the candle to come below this particular line. So we could have exited somewhere around here only. Okay, why? Because this was the end of the day. Am I right? You can see here very clearly that this was the end of the day. Our entry would have been around this candle. So we could have exited, we could have exited around here only. We could have exited around here only. Why? Because there was no time for us to wait for the candle to close below our ZL SMA line. Okay. So I hope you understood the example of 2nd of August. Here we have seen that even once we got our buying and selling signal, if our condition is not met, we are not going to enter our trade. Our stop loss got hit over here, but 2 times we got a very good profit. We got a good profit over here. We got a good profit over here. Okay. And I have taught you where to keep the stop loss and where to exit the position in this particular chart. Okay. So I hope you understood this example, and let us see another example now. Consider this example of index market, that is Nifty Bank, and see the chart on 20th of July. Here we can see that our indicator has given us a sell signal. Now, after we get a sell signal, we have to wait for the candle to close below this ZL SMA line. And we can see that after we got this sell signal, the very same red candle has closed below this ZL SMA line, right? So both the condition has been fulfilled. We are going to enter only when the low of this red candle is broken. And we can see here very clearly that none of the candle was able to do so. So in spite of us getting a sell signal, we were not able to enter over this position. Why? Because the low of this candle, which has closed below this ZL SMA line, has not been broken. Okay. So here we can see that again we got a buy signal from our indicator, and the candle, this green candle, has been able to close above this ZL SMA line after we got this buy signal. After we got this buy signal, this green candle has closed above this ZL SMA line, right? So we are going to enter only when the high of this green candle is broken. And we can see here clearly that this candle, this green candle, has been able to do so. So this would have been our entry candle. Where will be our stop loss? Our stop loss will be the low of this candle. This will be our stop loss. Why it is our stop loss? Because this green candle has been able to close above this ZL SMA line after we got the buy signal. After we got the buy signal, this green candle was able to close above this ZL SMA line. So the low of this candle is going to be our stop loss on a buying position. On a buying position. Am I right? So after we got our entry would have been around this candle. Okay, this would have been our entry candle. We are going to exit our position on the candle which closed below this ZL SMA line. And we can see here this red candle somewhere around here, we would have exited our position. So our entry would have been this candle, our exit would have been over this candle. So we could have exited with a very little amount of profit, but still we were profitable this day. Okay. So I hope you understood how we are going to take our entry position, how we are going to exit, and where to keep our stop loss. Same way we can see here, we got a sell signal over this candle. Over this red candle, we got a sell signal, and it has already closed below this ZL SMA line. Right? It has already closed below this ZL SMA line. So the candle which breaks the low of this red candle is going to be our entry candle. We can see here this candle was able to do so, right? This candle broke the low of the red candle, right? So this would have been our entry candle. But we are not going to take our entry over here. Why? Can you tell me why we are not going to take our entry? Because our entry candle is very much far away from this ZL SMA line. Our entry candle is far away from ZL SMA line, and according to our criteria, entry candle should be very much close to this ZL SMA line, because price has the tendency that it will go back or it will come down to this moving average. And here we can see that the price went, it tested this moving average and then came, right? So always try to take your entry very much close to this ZL SMA line if you are using this particular strategy for trading. Right? If you are getting an entry and if your entry candle is very much far away from this moving average, in spite of getting an entry, don't take your position over here. Why? Because our entry candle is far away from this moving average. Right? So I hope you understood this particular strategy, how we are going to take our entry, how we are going to take our exit. We have been using two indicators, that is chandelier exit and our simple moving average, that is ZL SMA. Right, Chandelier exit has been generating us our buying and selling our selling signal, which we are patiently waiting for. Right, after this condition is met, we have to see whether the price is closing above or below this simple moving average. Right, so these two are the conditions. Okay, and if you could have understood strategy number 12, you can easily trade with our strategy number 13. So according to this strategy, it generates lots of trading signal just like our strategy number 12. This strategy also generates lots of trading signal. But on my back testing, what I found is that most of the time my stop loss did got hit. Most of the time my stop loss did got hit. And this strategy works very well in trending market, just like our strategy number 12. This particular strategy also works very well in trending market. But this strategy gives late signal. Why this particular strategy is giving late signal? Because we are using SMA, right? We are using ZL SMA. In that SMA, that is simple moving average, as I told you earlier also, it is a lagging indicator. Lagging indicator, am I right? And as I have told you, lagging indicator means once the price will give an action or once the price gives a move, then after the move is completed, this particular indicator will give you a buying or selling position. That's why SMA comes under the category of lagging indicator. So ZL SMA will also come under the category of lagging indicator. Right? And according to my backtesting, on my backtesting, I did found out that this particular strategy gives lots of late signal. I have backtested this on 24 charts which were purely on index market. I am telling you right now only that I didn't backtested this particular strategy on stocks. I didn't backtested this on commodities. I didn't backtested this particular strategy on currencies. I have only backtested this particular strategy on index market. And I have backtested this on 24 charts. On 24 charts, I have seen that 13 charts, on 13 charts, my stop loss did got hit. My stop loss did got hit most of the times. So it is always advisable that you backtest this particular strategy before using on live market. Backtest this strategy, calculate the accuracy, and if the accuracy of this particular strategy is good, then and only then use it on live market. As I have told you, I have backtested only on index market. But if you are a stock trader, if you are a currency or commodity trader, backtest this strategy, and if you are comfortable with this, then and only then go and use it on live market. Okay, so considering the simplicity of this strategy, considering the result of my backtesting, as I told you, most of the time my stop loss got hit. My rating for this strategy is 5 out of 10. Okay, my rating for this strategy is 5 out of 10, and with this particular strategy we have finished all our 13 strategies, and in the next lecture we are going to summarize and we are going to conclude what we have learned in this particular course. Okay, so see you all in the next lecture. Take care everyone.